expressed here are not supported by and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
What's going on, New York City? What up, what up, what up?
Hello, hello,
What's
hello.
going on everywhere? Welcome to the Evening Rush each and every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. with Dawn and Rainbow. You already know how we feeling today. It's real good outside. It's been nice this whole week. Unfortunately, we've been a little caught up with the weather, but we here. We here strong too. Today we got a special guest in the building, Mr. Bob Baldwin. Listen, what up, family?
Hey, Dad.
On the check-in. Listen,
how you guys doing?
This is an honor right now. No, how are you doing, sir?
Exactly. With that bright background of yours.
Yes.
No, I'm honored that you have me, first of all. So thank you for the invite.
And we're honored that you're here.
Yes,
that's
definitely.
right. New York in the house, y'all.
Yeah, definitely. But your experience in music and in a lot of avenues that you've been in, radio. I can say more.
Bob got too much going on for me. Is what's going on.
Bob is there.
Look, let me tell you something. When I read this man's bio, I was like, so the thing isn't what do you do, it's what don't you do.
Yes.
Well, I can't swim very well, so we can start with that.
I mean, what they say about most black people, we can't swim that well.
Wow. Okay.
But we do what we do.
Look, I can swim enough to survive. Okay.
That's right. I can float.
Let them know.
I want to first start off with the fact that you're a great businessman. How long have you been in radio?
Well, you know what? I started in college, Geneva College in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, just south of Pittsburgh, the hometown of Joe Namath, since we're in a New York environment here. Joe Namath. Okay. Last time Jets ever did anything significant, 1960.
The Jets are not that great of a team anymore. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa. Don't talk about my New York team.
Anyway, I did a college radio there, and then my stepfather was a Tuskegee Airman, and he was in the trenches with Percy Sutton, who owned WBLS.
Okay.
And he just made a phone call and said, "Hey, listen, I'd like my son to go, do an internship at WBLS." So this is BLS and LIB at the peak of where they were with Frankie Crocker and Ken Spiderweb and Sergio Dean and Ricky Ricardo. And then on the news side on WLIB it was Pat Prescott, Carl Ferguson, Wayne Gilman, Mark Riley. This was like an all-star lineup for radio.
Yeah.
So that's where I cut my teeth in New York with radio. So that's when I really caught the bug. So it started there. 1901.
Really, Bob?
Yeah. 1901.
I was got a lot of wisdom with you, so
I was able to fuse the radio with artistry, and that's kind of what I do today with New Urban Jazz. We had talked earlier about CD 101.9 in New York, which I did the jingle.
Yeah, Bob out here doing jingles, y'all. Popular, not those little popular ones, y'all. Popular.
You actually got the CSAC award for doing the jingle for CD 101.5.
Thank you.
I'm a little old too, so I admire that because that was one of the biggest radio stations back in the days. When
it was. Everybody knew that jingle. Everybody knew that jingle.
Yeah. Wow. That was the largest smooth jazz station in the country. Mm-hmm. And then just like that, I'm driving up the highway in I remember the year 2008. I remember the day, February 8th. I was driving up the Jersey Turnpike, and somebody sends me a blind text and says, "We're going into a meeting with CD 101.9, and they may change their format by 4 o'clock." Now it's at 2:30 in the afternoon.
So you had an hour and a half.
An hour and a half to enjoy CD 101, and then I get a call. Then I get another text from the same person, 15 minutes out. That said, "CD 101 is going to go to Rock." I was like, "You are lying! Don't be telling me no lies like that." And just like that, they went from like Grover Washington to like Procol Harum or something. It's like no announcement or nothing, and he changed the DJs and everything. I was like, "Y'all are wrong for that."
Yeah,
And Smooth
that
Jazz
was a raw
ain't been.
deal for whoever worked there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a raw deal for the whole country, please.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's because, like I said, my mother, we was in the car. We used to be in the car, and that's the station they used to listen to.
Wow.
So that's why I'm like,
that wasn't the station. That wasn't the station that my mother listened to, but everyone still knew that jingle. Like it was.
Yeah.
How could you not know it?
That's why I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm now live on my network with the man that created that. Listen.
Exactly.
This is right here. This is
look at us. Look at us. We're doing big things, y'all. Big things popping.
Yeah, like I'm honored. That's why I'm telling you I'm honored by, I had to skip our normal format. I'm sorry. I couldn't even go, Rainbow, how you doing?
You don't need to know how I'm doing.
I couldn't do all of that right now.
We got to get straight into Bob and his accomplishments. Because there's so many of them. So many.
Oh, thank you.
Right now, I want to get to this song because I want to talk about this song. It was sent to me today, yesterday. Excuse me.
I heard it today, and I'm in love. So
that's what I was about to say. I fell in love off the rip with the song as soon as I heard it. So we're gonna play it. It's called Friday Night. You want to tell us about it real quick?
Regina Troop. I want you to tell us. From Atlanta, originally from Louisville, sings with the group Climax. They tour all around the world, but she lives in Atlanta. And I heard this song on one of her records. I said, "Man, this is a hot track, Friday Night." And then we did like a remix, and she came and re-sang it. And I just love what she did. I mean, she's playing keys too. She's a bad sister.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, she's no joke. So I was just happy to be in the room with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see how and I love you about your humbleness. You
right?
said how I love just being in the room with her.
Hey, and she was probably like, "That's Bob Baldwin, y'all."
That's Bob Baldwin. All right, so here it is, Friday Night with Mr. Bob Baldwin. Let's go.
Thank you, man.
I think it's time we get our party on. I'm ready just to shake and move and groove, dance the night away. I think that I will go and play. Tell them girls to get on, my girl. V.I.P. it's called It's Friday. Me and my girls are popping bottles. All of my girls, guys are trying to hot love. It's 12 o'clock. Toasting up some bottles, checking out the options. All the guys are popping. I wanna take my time, don't wanna make a move too fast and regret. Oh, and at that time a cutie noticed me, able to say that I am free. We by the hand and then we dance. dance all the night away. I think that I will stay and pray. It's Friday. It's Friday. We just got to party. Me, I think it's all planned. It's all to be. And me and my girls are popping bottles. God is trying to hot love. There's nothing wrong with taking out. When you're working hard, holding down your house, and there's nothing you won't do to get you in the mood. Put your clothes on and put your head down. I just had to call my girl this Friday. Calling the girls to get started. Friday.
All right, everybody. I just gave you a touch because that listen, we'll be here all day with this one.
A little taste, huh?
A barn burner. That is definitely a barn burner.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Listen, first of all, when you were in there and you're creating the music, because it's just phenomenal. How do you get into that groove? Because jazz is about feeling.
Well, I grew up in New York listening to WBLS and Frankie Crocker. Now, Frankie would go from Roy Ayers to Donny Hathaway to Mays in a heartbeat. So I heard all the great music. And shout out to my good friend Terrence Russ, who hooked us up, who I met at BLS back in 19. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
That's the 1900s. Like, why? Who would do that?
Yes,
Why would you say that?
Well, hey, something had to happen there for us to be here, right? So,
Right.
But back to Regina. Her groove was so tight. I added the piano, and she added like some nice funky rolls and the bass and the drums. It had a thing before I even heard it. We just tried to take it to the next level. And put a nice tight. It reminds me of a New York record, actually.
It does that.
Yeah.
It sounds like like an old R&B song. Like the melody
right,
of it.
Exactly.
It all sounds like something I've heard
R&B
before.
had like different technique.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
When because I noticed, like I said, when I was listening through a couple of the tracks, you know how to follow the voice of the person, which is something a lot of people don't do. They usually give people the music and then they have to sing off of what they heard. And how do you maneuver it doing it the other way?
Well, I grew up listening to a lot of great music, Earth and Fire in Chicago, and all the Motown stuff, and then all the stuff that Quincy Jones did with Michael Jackson. You got a bebop guy, big band guy who worked with Frank Sinatra. All of a sudden, he hooks up with the big pop star Michael Jackson. He creates all this beautiful, luscious, gorgeous melodies and fat background vocals. I grew up listening to that kind of stuff. So my whole basis comes from that camp. And of
That's
course,
where
you listen.
Ear from.
He got a different ear.
Ear, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the jazz ear, but I love R&B music. I grew up listening to Stevie and Motown and Aretha Franklin. It's just much great.
You wrote in great hits for the Four Tops, Regina Carter, Freddie Jackson. How you was just
love Freddie Jackson.
Some of them. Yeah.
Harlem Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy working. I enjoy working with vocals. Regina Carter's an amazing violinist. I worked with Will Downing. Had a chance to work with when we did the Four Tops record. It was with Grover Washington Jr., which was an amazing experience. One of the great contemporary R&B jazz soloists of all time.
But
Four Tops with there's certain names when you mention, you be like, they're legends.
Yeah.
So Bob is a legend because he's worked with so many legends. So of course,
thank you.
What else would it be, right?
So
well,
what
nice
made you start?
Great artists.
Yeah. definitely. But it's the thing is, you're writing for them. So writing now, you touched a different atmosphere of the whole process. You writing for these legends, so they're singing your music.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a different credit right there. This is what I'm saying. We in the building with
This
legend
the
status
whole
right here
thing is
for
he
real.
could take it from, but Bob could do all of the above. Like he could be the artist, he's the composer, and he can
Mm-hmm.
write. So you just got all of this in one person. So what else do you expect for great music?
I have a lot in my briefcase. What can I say?
That's what I said. I looked at that. I looked at the bio. I was like, what doesn't he do?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I got that from
definitely.
my father. I got to tell you a quick story about my dad. My dad was a piano player. He
Yeah.
taught me how to play. But dad, he wanted to always get it right. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. He was doing this gig at this restaurant in Yorktown, New York, upstate New York, and the
Hmm.
piano was out of tune.
Mm.
Dad was like, "Oh no, we can't play on that piano tonight." So he calls two of his strongest friends, and they grab the piano out the house,
Oh
and
no.
they take it to exactly that's what I said, and they take it to the venue, and then when he gets it to the venue, he tunes the piano and does the gig. Now that's taking it, getting it right just a little bit too far, but
What he said was,
I'm
if I can't tune this, I at least have a backup.
Mm.
He said I
yes,
have a plan B. Is what he said.
at any expense. I'm sure his back hurt Monday morning, but
Let me ask
He
you
but
a
was probably
question
I
because we have. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no
Go
no no
ahead,
please.
Mr. Bob.
Mm-mm.
I want to ask you a question for all these new artists. What's the difference in the importance of ownership in their music?
mm,
Oh my God, great question. I just had a situation on Facebook which I was doing a tribute to my little brother, and I wrote this song that was on a record label that I didn't own the project, and Facebook took
mm.
it down because they said you don't own the material, even though you wrote it, you produced it, you played on it, you're the artist, but you can't use your own music. So, and that record was
That's
recorded.
crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes,
That
very
record
much so.
happened 30 years ago, and it was shortly after that when I realized that I need to be owning my material, and people started calling me
Mm-hmm.
the Ray Charles of smooth jazz, which is funny.
Yeah.
But that's when I began to get the concept. Like Prince, Michael Jackson, they all own their music and they control their
Hmm.
music. And so by controlling it, you can do whatever you want to do with the music that you created. Because after all, they weren't there when you created the music in the first place. So how are they going to tell you what to do with your music? This music came out of your soul, out of your gut. You were
Mm-hmm.
writing it in
Or
your
be like
bedroom.
Michael
You were
Jackson
writing
and
it in
control
your
somebody
living
else's rights too.
room. Exactly. So that was
He
uh
said,
that
"You
was
don't got the right. I got the money. I'm gonna buy them. Now I can do what I want with your music." Oh,
yeah, and that's what Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson bought like Jackie Wilson's catalog and gave it back to
he
him.
bought the Beatles.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, he did that too. That was a big time move right there.
It
So
was.
ownership is really important, especially during a COVID situation where the gigs got dried up. At least there were some
Hmm.
royalty checks coming in.
And is this the reason why a lot of artists now are buying their equity into their equity as musicians versus
You see
before
it.
where, the company wouldn't let them have equity in their masters or anything of that nature?
You see that now, right? All of a sudden, and all of a sudden now
Yeah.
the high level artists now they're like selling off the entire catalog. They're like getting out of the game, like Bob Dylan and all them
Hmm.
guys.
Mm.
Tina Turner sold her artistry catalog. So
Yeah, she said she doesn't want to do it anymore. She could still make money off of her music though.
exactly, and she's in her 70s, and why not enjoy the 50 or 60 or $100 million you're gonna make? I ain't mad at you. God bless her
At
for it.
all.
She deserves it. She's been through a
She
lot.
does. She does.
So you've been 20, I think it's 20 years now with under Sony distribution. How was that?
It's been good because basically I make the music and I just give it to them and they distribute it. And with this new streaming thing, I'm not really crazy about the streaming. It is what it is. I can't change it. I'm not trying to change it. I don't have the the billions to change it. So you just gotta roll with the punches, man. And Sony is the big three record companies in the whole world. So it's great to be associated with the big three.
Definitely.
What about don't you have your own, the Orchard?
No, the Orchard is actually the story about the Orchard is they're a digital distributor. They
Okay.
were an independent company, and then Sony kept
Bought
an eye
them.
on them, and they just bought them up for like $400 million. Like,
Sounds about right.
you and I can't. Now they distribute the entire Sony catalog over either 1 million songs or 1 million albums. But what the way they handle it, they're bad. So I'm just happy to be associated with the Orchard, which is associated with Sony.
You hear that, people? Y'all know, if y'all didn't know the name now, you know it now. The Orchard. You need your distributions.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Where do you see right now the focus of jazz? Because a lot of people don't. You're not hearing jazz as much as you've heard in the past to now. Where's your focus? Where do you see the forecast of jazz right now?
Here's the problem with jazz as I see it. The last really great hurrah of jazz was when Bet on Jazz was on TV, owned by BT Networks. At least you had a visualization of what the jazz was all about. You saw guys playing music, singing. You got the interaction with the crowd. And I think in the last 20 years, jazz has kind of fallen off the radar as far as getting on video, getting on TV. There's no visual association unless you go to a festival or concert. Problem with festivals and concerts is that when the concert's over, you got all you have is a vaporization of that memory of that concert. It's not documented. So the jazz people, whoever is running the jazz, I don't know who they are. If you know who they are, please pick them up, give them a call for me, and tell them, get this thing back on TV. Let's get some visualization, because once you see the music, and all jazz is not the traditional upright, which is cool because that's the school that I came from. But it's also got the electric thing. It's got the R&B thing fused in. Smooth jazz is jazz and R&B mixed together, like thrown in a pot. They need to get that back on TV. That's really
the only time you see it on TV is when you see it, like they'll have like certain in some of like the love movies, like they'll take them to a jazz club. That's it.
It's like a passing thought, but it's never a forethought.
Maybe that's what you should do. Maybe you should make a movie about it.
Yes, I think I should do that. You're right.
I'm with it. You need an actress? I can get you. I'm right here.
Before we go to because I see you got a lot of tours coming up. Just your thought about the forecast of black music now in the whole.
Wow, you gonna put that on me, man?
I gotta put it on you, boy.
Okay. So, maybe 20 years ago. Well, right now, currently, gospel is the new R&B. There's more going on in the gospel music as far as R&B goes than R&B. R&B has kind of morphed under pop. When the major labels decided to get rid of the black music department, and they just kind of like snuck them under pop. In my opinion, the R&B now has gotten kind of watered down. It's to me, it's not melodically as challenging as it was 20, 30 years ago. The content, I don't know. I need to hear more melody. I need to hear more. Tell me a story besides the
right. Tell me a story.
Yeah, tell me a story. Don't give me the same old nonsense over and over again. As if people have gotten dumb over the years. People are not dumb. Feed us what was happening back in the 80s and the 90s. Give me a strong storyline. And I would prefer to hear English over mumbling.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I get more English and less mumbling?
Definitely.
You have to ask them if they know how to speak English.
Oh, Jesus. Lord help me. Maybe
some people talk. You know what it is? Some people, the way, and they write the way they talk. So if it's not written properly for them either,
Well, it's like sending an email to somebody in a text format. It just looks kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Can you put a period in that 5 line
Somewhere.
thing? A period, a
It's a
comma.
run-on sentence.
Can you capitalize the first word, please? Is that asking too much?
Yeah. For some people, and me,
Unfortunately.
and me, that's how I am. If it's not, if I don't capitalize, if I have to go back, I retype the whole damn thing. I be like,
Oh,
no, that's not right.
see, you got some discipline.
I do
Um,
just a little bit.
before we go to break, you got, like I said, you have some tours coming up. You want to tell the people about them?
Yes, if you go to bobbaldwin.com, you see the whole list. I have June 11th in Beacon, New York, upstate New York in the Hudson Valley. I'm doing Charlotte at a club called Middle C in August. I have Pittsburgh at the Manchester's Craftsman Guild in July. I've got Atlanta coming up in September, as well as Toledo, Ohio. And that's all I have so far. But just some other things that are brewing, and hopefully it'll be an update shortly. But go to bobbaldwin.com to check out the tour page and some music.
Thank you. Mr. Bob, it's been an honor. We
And a pleasure.
definitely
And a
appreciate
pleasure.
you being on the Evening Rush. We're going to take a quick break, guys, and then we're going to be back with Flo Anthony. She's in the building, and she's going to be telling us about her book. So just give us a second, and we'll be right back. If y'all need to know how to get your own podcast on the Evening Rush Network, this is what you do.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
Now a message from our sponsors. Envious Creations for your baked good needs. Follow them on Instagram at Envious Creations with a Z or call or text 347-984-3963. Martine Felton, author of You Love, You Learn. Download her book at www.martinefelton.com. She is also a life coach and author and intuitive. Plush Vodka. Are you looking for a good premium flavored vodka? Well, order yours now at www.plushvodka.com. Are you looking for a change in your community? Well, follow Chaplain Christine Winslow and her Cause of Concern and Solution Inc. Follow them on team_Winslow on Instagram. Hot Commodity Cosmetics and Lash Studios. Order your cosmetics now at hotcommodicosmetics.com or follow them on Instagram at hotcommodity_cosmetics. Industry 21 Magazine Apparel. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at Industry 21 Mag or I21 Apparel on Instagram and Facebook. And those are our sponsors of The Evening Rush with Don and Rainbow. If you're looking to be a sponsor, feel free to email us at theeveningrush@gmail.com for inquiries. And don't forget to catch us here each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And follow us on Instagram at The Evening Rush Show.
Welcome back. We got Miss Flo Anthony in the building. How are you doing?
Hey,
I'm
Flo.
fine. How are you guys doing tonight? Thanks so much for having me.
No, thank you.
It's our pleasure to have you here.
Yes, definitely. We all day we've been going off about you. Listen, you are one of the greats.
Okay. Get
Radio host.
into it.
Radio host, book writer, gossip columnist. And how's your life been going?
How would I what?
I said,
how's your life been going?
How's life been going?
Oh, you know what? Like everyone else, being here in New York City, this pandemic has still been very, very frightening, but I've been able to, thrive during it still. I always worked from home for like the last 20 years or so. So I didn't feel shut in because I always worked from home. And then I managed to, write a new book during it. And then I stayed on the air every day with my radio show. I kept all my columns. So life didn't really change for me. And then late 2020 in August, we kind of got back out on the road, doing a few things. So it's been all right. It's just a sad situation. But sometimes in life, you just have to deal with whatever God has handed you and keep moving.
Correct. And
Amen.
that's the biggest thing. And like you, we all went through the pandemic, and this is how this started. So it's been a
Absolutely. It
blessing.
sure
It's
is.
definitely been a blessing on being able to reach the masses and be able to talk to let people know we're still here. We're still going through this with you. So definitely, and we definitely appreciate you for doing that.
Well, thank you so
Go
much.
ahead, man. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. No, Miss Anthony, go ahead. You cut me off. That's fine. You
No, I
anytime
just
you want,
said
young lady.
thank you. That's all.
We want to talk about this, your book called Last Call for the Deadly Diva. I love the name of it.
Yeah, it's my fourth novel.
Hmm.
They're kind of each of them are a sequel. The first one about this group of people, Valerie Rollins and Rome Nyland, and all these people was keeping secrets, telling lies. And then
Mm.
the second one was called Deadly Stuff Players. The third one was called One Last Deadly Play, and of course the newest one is Last Call for a Deadly Diva, which I kind of think I'm done writing about this crew of people.
I was just about to say that because you took the words out
You
of
know,
my mouth.
I've taken them down the road of 4 books, so it's time to find some new subjects.
Well, the reason why I was about to say that is because you got the last. You wrote the last,
Yeah.
but
Said it's over for
so
them.
I'm gonna be
On to the
honest.
next.
From watching Power, there's no end. You can't just end it just like that. People started melting to the people, to the art, to the characters in the book, and now they're gonna keep wanting more and more.
Now they want more.
Well,
Oh well,
in the
she's gonna
first
give them more. Just a
Yeah.
different set of people.
Now, in the first book, Keeping Secrets, Telling Lies, Valerie Rollins, she's a black gossip columnist,
Hmm.
happened to meet Rome Nyland, who was an NFL Hall of Famer turned private investigator when his cousin Charlie Sutton was murdered, and
Mm.
Mm.
so that was their first encounter, and they became friends. And then for the second book, Deadly Stuff Players, I'm a really big horse racing fan, so I introduced this black jockey by the name of Vance Dumas and his dad, Victor Dumas, who was a black billionaire.com person, also in electronics and games, and a cast of characters around all of them. And Rome and Valerie were trying to find the murderers of Victor's wife and Vance's mother. And we brought all these other characters into it. And One Last Deadly Play, I introduced another character from Valerie's past, who
Mm.
turned out to be a retired baseball player who had amnesia, and he turned out to be Victor Dumas's cousin. I mean, that just whole thing is,
Okay, so
you know.
where do I go to look? Where do I go to get these books? Because I'm intrigued already. What happened?
You
And
just resold the first 3 books. Go
Right.
ahead.
yeah,
Where
and in
they
the
at?
final book, Last Call for a Deadly Diva, I do what everybody does and bring somebody back from the dead. I kind of brought this character, Royale, though, back from the dead, too, because they thought he was dead, but he was on an island not far off of the Bahamas from Miami, a little tiny island that really does exist. And he had amnesia and did not know who he was. So,
Mm.
this Last Call for a Deadly Diva just brings everybody uh, full circle. And in this book, instead of being a jockey, Vance forms an all-black polo team called the Dumas Diamonds Club because his horse Wild and Out has aged out of running in competitive
Mm.
races. So I mean, it's a nice journey for them all.
Got you.
So like I said, where do I get these books at
Oh,
again?
you know what? You can actually get them a lot of places: BarnesandNoble.com, Target, Walmart, bookstores all over the country, Amazon, Kindle.
I
Okay.
was just
Look,
about
you
to
say
say
Amazon.
we
That's my
support
favorite. So
we
say no
support
more.
Amazon over here.
Look, say no more. I shouldn't support Jeff Bezos, but it's all right. I'm gonna. It comes to my door in 2 days. I love
You
it.
don't like Jeff Bezos? He was just out with Gail King and his
I
girlfriend.
don't know. He ain't paying his taxes. I don't know why I gotta pay mine if he ain't gotta pay his.
Oh boy, I'm sure he's saying something.
So, how does it feel? Life's been great with you. You've seen different avenues
Errors.
because you're now on a radio. You're still on the radio.
Yes, I've been on the radio for 30 years. The name
Mm,
Yeah.
of
mm, mm,
the show
mm.
is Gossip on the Go with Flo, and I'm syndicated in well over 20 markets, and I still write
Nice.
all the columns. I started out years ago. I was the first Black woman in the sports department of the New York Post, page 6. I mean, of the sports department. Then I went to the entertainment department, where I became the first Black person. And then, of course, I was the first Black person to work on the world-renowned Page 6. But I still
Mm.
have several gossip columns now. I have one called Go with the Flow. That's in a lot of Black newspapers, New York, Amsterdam here, Caribbean Life, Philadelphia Sunday Sun. And then I have a column called South of the Highway that's in Dan's papers, and it's strictly about the Hamptons. And Schnepp's Media owns that. And I also work for Schnepp's Media's AM New York, where I have a weekly column called Big Apple Buzz. So it's gotten very busy. It's kind of like I've come full circle, and it's just so wonderful to be, my age and still be in the game. It's kind of unbelievable.
Oh, what do you mean your age and still in the game?
Yeah,
Girl,
Oh, yeah,
bye.
listen,
I've been in this game for
you
40.
and Bob today. Listen, you and Bob has been killing us. Y'all are still young. Y'all
Bye.
are still doing things that a lot of us are now reaching and striving for.
Yeah, and
That's what our show is about, is paying homage and giving you your roses while you're here and showing you the love you deserve and how
thank
much
you.
we appreciate you.
Yeah, and I was recently inducted into the National Boxing Hall of Fame. I work with Michael Spinks now, and I worked with him, back in the 80s. We've been together a very long time. But I represented actually 12 world boxing champions. And so
Mm.
Okay.
all of a sudden that was recognized this year. Just last month, we were out in Los Angeles for the National Boxing Hall of Fame. So,
Yeah. Oh, so you was around
You know
greatness.
what? I'm done with Flo anyway.
Yeah.
She
You
got so
around.
much going on. I don't even
She
know
was
where to
around
start.
greatness.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Like right now, boxing is it right now. It done went full circle again. You got Javante Davis this weekend fighting. Floyd fought Saturday, which was like amazing seeing him
I
back
don't
in
know if
action.
I don't know if I like this new Floyd with hair. I'm not sure if I like it.
Listen, Floyd is a
I don't
beast,
know if I like
man.
it. I'm not sure. He said this is pandemic Floyd. This is pandemic Floyd. I don't know if I like it.
He's pretty great, Floyd.
He's a good
He's
boxer, but I don't
totally
know if I like this
undefeated.
new. I don't know if I like this new look. I think I need him a little bit more clean cut for myself.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Some men get away with looking a little scruffy. I
Uh-huh.
don't think it's not working for me for Floyd. I thought that
Yo,
I didn't
I
know it
was
was
thinking
him.
about his boxing.
Let
His
me tell you
boxing was
when I
definitely
first saw
amazing.
him, I didn't know it was him. I was like, who's this man? Who's this man?
So, what do you think about the author Zane?
I think about what?
Zane, the author Zane.
The author Zane.
Zane. She published my book, Deadly Stuff Players. I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot about her.
I
So tell me
love
what you
Zane.
Oh, I
tell
do
me
too. Yeah.
more.
Yeah, and it's funny. I met her at the premiere of Zane's Sex Chronicles. Suzanne DePass.
Talk about it.
And I said to her, I'm writing a book. She said, oh, send me something, and gave me her card.
Mm.
And so I sent her what I had, and she bought the book. And now I'm with Wahida Clark. She did One Last Deadly Play and Last Call for a Deadly Diva. So somebody said, well, how did you get with the two biggest Black women in publishing?
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Russ, he introduced me to Wahida, and she bought One Last Deadly Play sight unseen. And then her office called and said, do you have another book? Because you're still selling One Last Deadly Play, a few years later. So I said, yeah, I have been working on one. And that's how it all happened.
So
Let me
how is
tell
it
you
working
something.
with Terrence?
Huh?
I said, how is it working with Terrence?
With Terrence?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Mr. Rush.
Yeah, he's a pretty
Yes.
good guy.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Terrence, you say Black, Terrence is like nothing but.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes, my people. Them.
he's pretty
Yes.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, since we've been working with Terrence, it's been a great honor.
He's gotten us a lot of wonderful guests that
Wonderful guy.
we've wanted to work with for the longest.
Longest time.
You,
You definitely.
Thank you.
You know, when you see and think about the history of, what you've done, what you accomplished, it's just like you deserve where you are right now. You know, it's a hard work, it's perseverance, and these are the things that people don't get anymore. We don't go through. They want it right now.
It's
They
a
didn't want to
microwave
put the
type
work in,
It
system.
is definitely a microwave type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and
And
and that's
that's
the
not
thing.
what life is. You have to just continue to work. You have to keep perfecting your craft. Uh,
Amen.
you have to keep moving everything along. And most importantly, you have to grow with the times. You have to deal, like today I was working on, Cardi B's story, Carl Anthony Towns and Jordan Wood's story. You have to stay with the times. It's very,
Yeah,
very important.
yeah, and that's the part
I don't.
about.
I don't know about you. Yeah, you do. You are wonderful at your job. It would not be
Yes,
for me because I can't keep up with my own stuff, let alone with everybody else's stuff. But I be reading the stuff. I be like, oh, she got it. She got it. Yep,
she
that
hitting it. Yeah,
she hit it. But me if it were for me, no one would know the information because I can't even get myself together, let alone somebody else's stuff together.
Oh, you gotta keep it going, and you have to also make sure it's as positive as it possibly can be.
yeah,
Amen.
That's one reason that I've kind of stood the test of time, is because I've really tried to always report on a positive manner to the best of my ability, unless
Right.
you
yeah.
could come positive with it. But even try to spin it then.
But see, the
Right, but
difference
you
between
trying to
you,
spin it in a
the difference,
positive way, and there's people out here trying to spin it in a negative way.
and
See,
that's what I was gonna say. The
you're
difference
doing what
between
you're
her,
supposed to do. You're doing a journalistic job. You're a journalist,
and this
essentially.
is why,
That's
hold
what
on,
you are.
this is what I was trying to say. This is the difference between her and Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Wendy Williams is the messy part of it. I've seen everything I've read about so far with Flo has been positive. Nothing messy, nothing, no, no negative vibe. That a lot of artists are willing to still work with you. You haven't had any no negative press. So how do you keep the difference between the messy and the negative?
Well, I'm certainly no fan of Wendy, because she was. I was told, maybe it's not true, that she was responsible for me being let go from WBLS. She said
Sounds
there
like
Mm,
it.
was too much gossip there. But I do feel very badly about what's happened to her life,
Mm-hmm.
and how she allowed life to beat her down. And she was at the top of her game, sitting on millions and millions of dollars. You don't let things happening around you take you down to the bottom. You have to keep going and try to rise up. And so I do feel very bad about what's happened to her.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, health wise, of course. Like I
Health
said,
wise, all around wise. I mean, she was in
yeah,
rehab. She didn't have the sinuses. She was in rehab, all sorts of stuff. Just in general, it hasn't been good for her the last few years.
yeah.
Mm-mm. It
And
So,
all
see, that's
started
why
with the
but
whole
you,
husband thing.
yeah,
yeah, it
definitely.
started
Okay,
with that, but they say that some people say she was kind of better off with him, because he kind of kept her together regardless of the things that he was doing in life. As
Mm.
far as the mother of the baby and all that was concerned.
yeah,
So
It's
I,
possible.
I feel very bad what happened to her, but a lot of it, people say it's kind of karma, because she was not nice to a lot of people, including me. So,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
This is why I
That
said
is what they say.
God does work His own
God don't
magic.
like ugly. That's the
God
saying.
works His
God
own.
don't like ugly.
She ain't
And
pretty
when you
that much.
ugly to people, you get what you get.
Yeah.
So, I was reading about Michael Jackson, the play, and you had feelings towards it. Can you explain that to us?
I had what with Michael?
The feelings,
You
no, the
had an
feelings with
affair
the
with Michael.
play.
No, I'm joking.
No, it-
Oh, God, I didn't
it's
know that.
about the play, the Michael Jackson play.
Oh, well, I was very close to Michael Jackson and his sister Latoya. I call her my sister from another mother. And I really loved Michael Jackson. And I'm the only person in America that stood up for him through all of that, the molestation charges
Yeah.
and this and that. I was just out there constantly saying that he was innocent, constantly trying to help him. And I was just doing this. Nobody was paid. A lot of people think I was paid. I was not paid for any of that. I
If
was doing all that.
that's your friend. You
friend.
stuck by
Yeah.
him to the end.
Yeah, I stood by him till the end. And I didn't get invited to the opening night. And at first, I didn't have any problem with it because I did get tickets for Friday night. I
Hmm.
didn't have any problem with it. And I have to admit, then I saw it on TV all night that Tuesday night, and it kind of upset me. And I did mention to somebody, I said, I don't understand why I wasn't invited. And so then on that Wednesday night, I woke up 2 o'clock in the morning. It was all on the news again. And I just posted on Facebook that I just felt I should, I was upset about it. And then all heck broke loose.
It's like you weren't allowed to have an opinion or
No,
something, right?
yeah, you know what? And so I said, look, I don't want problems with anybody. So at first I took it off Facebook. Then I got another call. Well, your followers are still following you, are still supporting you. I said, well, I can't really help that, but let me issue an apology. So then I issued an apology. But then Carlos Greer, who works at Page Six, where I used to work, he just thought it was all hysterical. He said it's a New York story. And then it got on Page Six. But what's crazy about it, because it was Michael Jackson, it got picked up all over the world.
The
It was
world.
on BBC. I said, oh, Lord have
See
mercy.
what you just started, Flo?
But I wasn't trying to get anyone in trouble. I wasn't trying. And it's funny because, two people reacted very differently than other people react to work on that show. And one woman called me. I didn't even know she was really working on the show. She says, I owe you an apology. Can I take you out to dinner? I'll get you the tickets. Another person called me and they said it was on behalf of the manager of Miles Frost, who plays Michael Jackson, if there was anything they could do to help me. Then other people, people just kept calling. So anyway,
They
I
kept
saw the
reaching out.
play. It's the most magnificent play I've ever seen. You think that Michael's standing right there in front of you.
My
It's
mother
just
went to go see the
magnificent.
play and she said it was absolutely amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing, So
It
that's
better
what
Yeah.
look. It
I
better.
think.
Look. Let me tell you
I got
something.
emotional, but sometimes emotions get the better of you, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning when you wake up and you see it on TV. Decide to vote. I'll never do that
But
again.
if that play wasn't good, they would have ripped them a new one because you gonna have to do our Michael right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Definitely.
they're up for 10 Tony Awards. So that's just magnificent.
So,
Absolutely.
so what's the future holding for you, Miss Anthony?
Well, let me see. This summer I'm pretty busy, even despite the pandemic. We're traveling a lot again with Michael. We got which is very timely now. Guns Down, Gloves Up, amateur boxing in St. Louis this weekend. Very timely. Next week we have the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. He's getting a ring on Friday night, and then
Nice.
Saturday his brother Leon is being inducted posthumously, and he's accepting it. And then the next week we go to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, and then the next week is something else. So it's
Oh,
pretty busy. It's pretty
So you're
see
doing
you
a
out
lot of
there
traveling.
working hard.
It's important to me to keep Mike's legacy alive, Michael's
Yeah.
legacy alive, and it's very important, and Leon's legacy alive. So all of this just adds to it, and it's a wonderful thing.
Okay. And you're gonna still keep going with your shows and
I work all day long, and to get out of here for 2 days, I have to record ahead. I got to write ahead. It's crazy.
how do you do it with the new artists? Because I know you used to how do you do your rumors reports with new artists?
With a new artist, I report them all. Like I said, I report them on all of them, and the new ball players and everything. I did. Cardi B is now it's the head of marketing or something for Playboy. So she brought out a whole line of Playboy clothes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know that one.
John
Mm.
Glover and his baby mama, you never see them together, and they were out and walking around Manhattan this week. Today I did that story. I keep up with everybody that's young. So.
Okay.
I done told you. They be mad at me if I was supposed to be a gossip columnist. If I was supposed to be a reporter, it wouldn't. It ain't.
Listen.
I don't got the
God,
brain
you
for
have
that.
to keep up with them. You just
I don't. I can't. I can't keep up with my own stuff.
and I enjoy it too. I really love what I do.
Mm,
You know, and I just love it. And I love when it all comes to fruition, when the pictures are with the words, and I just love it.
mm. Well, Miss
That's what you're
Anthony.
supposed to do. What they say, as long as you love what you do, you're never working.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
never are. It's not like it's a job. It's a
Right.
lot of work and a lot to do, and
But
you're
it's
right.
enjoyable.
But it's something that I just really love. And you know, I didn't go to school for journalism. I'm a graduate of Howard University College of Fine Arts. I went for acting and stuff, but my mother always said all of this
Mm,
stuff, the writing and all, was just a God-given gift for me. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really the honest to God truth. That, you know, I recently got another award, and I said that, you know, I did not choose journalism. Journalism chose me. And you
mm.
know, I didn't have classes in writing or anything like that. And so it is what it is. It's just
What
something.
they say, God gives all of us a purpose, and that
Yeah,
was your purpose.
that was
This
my
is your purpose. You
yeah.
walked
And
into your
it's
purpose.
been your purpose for
I walked
years.
right into it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's been an amazing purpose.
At least, look, some people never find their purpose. You found yours, and you found yours early in life,
Yeah. I've
and you get to enjoy it.
been working at it ever since. Found it in my 20s. So it's a wonderful thing.
So how can people find you if they want to
Oh, Alana,
know
I
where you are?
have an online magazine called Black Noir, BLACKNOIR
Hmm.
.NYC. And then if you Google me, all my columns come up, and even the different radio markets. And so you can listen to a lot of them online. I know
Okay.
WDKX FM in Rochester. You can listen to it online. Most of them you can hear online, and they're daily,
Okay.
5 days a
Yes.
week.
Anybody
5 days a
that
week.
knows.
See, I be mad that I gotta do this one day a week, and you out here 5 days a week. So
No,
you
it's
better than
these
me.
stories. 5 days a
Miss
week.
Anthony,
These
tell
stories.
her we need her to do. We got to do this every day. Let's go.
You
5 days a week.
no, you know what it is? I probably wouldn't mind if this was my job, or if it was something that I was doing, just this, I
Uh,
wouldn't mind it. But it's because I got to do this and other stuff too. I'm just like, I don't want to do anything.
I do it all. So and have
She
a
loves all the things that she
multitasking.
does. That's what that is. No, I love. You know what? I absolutely love this. I get to speak to people like you, Mrs. Anthony. But
Please
my
call
other
me Flo.
job.
Miss Anthony was my mom.
Oh, sorry, Flo.
Listen,
Call me Flo.
we're respectful over here. That's all it is.
Well,
But Miss Anthony, well,
oh,
You better not.
yeah, I caught myself
You better
quickly.
not.
Flo, I want to thank you for being a part of the Evening
oh,
Rush
thank you
today.
for having me, and read the books. Last Call for a Deadly Diva, One Last Deadly
Yes,
Play, and Deadly Stuff Layers. I don't think you can get Keeping Secrets Between Lies anymore. I want to kind of redo that and have a title, similar to the other books also. So,
Oh
yes.
no. Well, I'm supposed to
So
start the series off.
I need everybody,
I'm gonna find it.
everybody. If you're listening on Pandora, iHeartRadio, all the other platforms we're on, make sure you go get Last Call for a Deadly Diva on. We telling you go to Amazon and pick it up, but
If
it
you don't
is
like Jeff
out
Bezos,
everywhere.
you can go to Barnes and Noble. She said,
Yes,
Target, Walmart.
Tar- listen,
where they
we
sell books,
supporting.
Yeah,
they got
Target
it.
and Walmart
Yes,
and Barnes and Noble. So that, yeah, you can get them. They all are also on their online platforms: Walmart.com, Target.com, BarnesandNoble.com. So, and that's very exciting to me because Walmart is the hardest retailer in the world to get into. So
Ooh,
yeah,
it did
yes,
a
it is.
magnificent job with her distribution of my book. So,
that's right.
Yeah. So thank you again, Miss
oh, thank you guys.
Flo.
You're wonderful. You should do this every day. You all are just magnificent.
Oh, thank you.
All
I,
right.
I want to
It
do this
look,
every day, but
it's gonna be an everyday thing
yeah, it's coming.
because we gonna be able to quit our jobs and do this full
Yes.
time.
Yes,
Yes.
you will be able to. All right. You guys have
All
a
right.
great weekend.
You too.
Thank you, you
Thank you
too.
again.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Excuse me. Well, Rainbow, whew, you
Yes,
did double
Don.
duty.
Both
We
both of us
just
out
been,
here coughing. Sorry, y'all.
yes, forgive us, people. Yo, shout out to everybody there that was on the check-in. TK, Banger, whoa, CDA, Rels was good, bro. Brooklyn at the Brown Table, what's going on?
Vet was
Vet,
on
great.
early.
Yo, Vet, your show was fire yesterday, by the way. Listen, thank y'all all for tuning in. Yes, we are closing it a little early because we are both still under the weather. But you know, we're here.
Don't tell nobody. Shh.
Let me tell you one thing. Nobody's ever gonna take away from us is dedication. We are dedicated to what we do. We're both here. Rain, sleet, snow, sick, 1,000 kids. We still here, and we
That's
still here
Don.
to.
That's Don with the 1,000 kids, y'all. Cause I ain't got no babies.
We're here to help y'all and show y'all that
We're here for y'all.
and yeah, definitely. We're here to entertain y'all, and we appreciate y'all. I want to once again thank Terrence Russ. Um,
Absolutely.
He's
Hooking us up.
definitely been holding us down and doing what he said he was going to do from the door with us. You know, a lot of people, have their doubts about things. Me, I'm fine. Terrence has proven everything he said he had to do with me, and we're good like that. We're gonna keep working. So, shout out to Naquasia. She just signed her deal. She's doing her thing, and we
Where's the
got
gunshots? Where's the claps? Where's the? Give me something.
here
Oh,
we go. My bad. So, on that note, Rainbow, how do you want to go out today, baby girl?
I want to say thank y'all. God bless. It was a pleasure. Um, support us black people. Bob and Flo out here doing this for us for years.
Yes,
Okay? They ain't no
amazing.
newcomers. They've been here. So support them.
That's one of the biggest things I want to say, and on my way out. Flo Anthony is amazing. When you think about the years that she put in doing what
Thirty,
she's
y'all.
doing, and right
30.
now on top of that, like she's holding Michael Spinks and Leon Spinks down, I think is amazing. When you look at Bob still putting out music, great music, not even like
Not
what we,
mediocre ass music.
yeah, or
Great
anything,
music.
great music at his age, still have
I
a
mean, I
great
should
deal
say
with
at his age,
Sony.
like he old. That man is still young.
Yeah, he's still young. My bad. Yeah, listen, but he's doing a great job at what he does. And these are people like I look up to because they've been in where we've been, and they see the potential in us. That's why I guess they were able to come on the show. These people don't just accept shows from anybody, and they see the
Right.
potential in us. So I definitely want to commend both of them, Flo and Bob. I appreciate you both.
For that
We talking
perseverance
about them
too.
like on first name basis now. You know how I feel right now.
What you talking about? Their
You know what I
perseverance
mean?
of anything, because it takes it really takes like character and to actually do something like this for a long time and stick with it.
Yeah.
Consistency. You know, people think you like Flo was
17
saying,
years.
Michael. If this is a microwave type thing, people got going on now, but
Mm.
you have to have dedication and perseverance in order to actually make it and stay consistent. You can blow up overnight and then
Mm.
just be that's it. There's no more. But you have to make sure you work at whatever it is that you do. Make sure you work hard for it. Because when you get it, you're gonna appreciate it.
Yeah. But we've been doing this for 7 years. And we got. I see the future. We're
It's
still here.
still the beginning, y'all.
Yeah, this is just light work for us now at this point. But either way, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on Pandora, iHeartRadio, EveningRushNetwork.com, Google, Apple, Spotify. Also, get that app. Download the Google and Apple app, both of them, and you can listen to us while you're on the go. You know what I mean? Once again, it's the Evening Rush each and every Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. No.
It's 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., y'all. I don't know what that. Okay, let me get it. Let me do it the right way for y'all, because this is what it look like for y'all. 7 to 8. I don't know what the hell. Dawn done went back like 5 years. Dawn went back like 5 years ago.
No, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it is. I just got the breaking news, you know what I'm saying, a little while ago. So that's what it was. I'm gonna let the breaking news out. Starting next week, right? You'll get the Wednesday evening jam from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. with DJ GMF live on the Evening Rush Network. So you'll be able now to hear music on the way to listening to the Evening Rush Network. So, the Evening Rush show. So definitely, excuse me, y'all, I'm so under the weather, I'm dying over here. But you'll listen to GMF and Wednesday, the Wednesday evening jam. The flyer will be going out this week, so you'll definitely see that. Shout out to Chris and Nina. They starting a new show that'll be coming on Thursdays. Make sure you check out the TL Mac Fitness Show Monday, Rainbow and the Girls over at the Queens of NYC. Rel's Relaxation Hour. Vet Green is back with season 2 of Think and Grow, which her show was magnificent last night. So if y'all didn't see it, definitely go to evenrushnetwork.com and check that out. Also, Sex, Love, and Alcohol, still number one on this era if you're talking to me. And then this weekend.
It's not really the weekend. It's not really the weekend.
Well, this Friday.
I mean, it's starting the weekend, I guess.
This Friday, TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep podcast will be on the Evening Rush. 10 o'clock. Their special guest. Hold on. Their special guest is Dawn and Rainbow. So we're gonna be on there.
But wait, what is the topic? What was it say? The freaks come out at night?
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
So yeah, it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get nasty. Very spicy.
I ain't talking nasty with y'all.
Listen, you told me to be on my best behavior, so
you better be. I don't know if Dawn has a best behavior, but I will keep him in check.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
So make sure y'all tune in this Friday. Sex, Love, and Alcohol, and then TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep podcast after dark. And start your weekend off right. You know what I mean?
That's right. It seems like there's gonna be a lot of sex talk, sex, love, and alcohol, and then we get in Freaky Fridays. I knew it's the freaks come out at night.
And I'm letting it be known, you will hear GMF this weekend. You will hear GMF this weekend. You'll hear Eddie OJ, One Man, One Mic. You'll hear DJ Chris. All three of them will be playing this weekend because it is Memorial Day weekend. And before I forget, happy birthday to Tristan and Aiden, my 2 3-year-olds. Right. Project Sounds, we out here. You already know DJ GMF is in the building. That's my bro right there.
Dawn got
actually, bro. You know what? Next week, not only are you going to start, but I want to see if I can get you on the show as our guest, as our special guest. So next week, let's set that up if we can. But yeah, I definitely got to send a big happy birthday shout out to Tristan and Aiden. Yeah, number 3 birthday. I'm looking at myself like I got 3-year-olds.
You don't got a 3. You got 2 3-year-olds.
Jesus, Lord, Jesus.
Dawn.
I don't know how I'm doing.
All I'm gonna tell you is I bet not have to go to another baby shower. That's all.
Nah, we good over here. There ain't no more baby shower.
That's all.
I'm good. But anyway, thank you everybody. We appreciate the love. We appreciate everybody that tuned in. Once again, this weekend we lit DJ GMF, Eddie OJ, One Man, One Mic, and we will definitely have on DJ Chris. So once again, shout out to our sister stations, EAJ 1023 Radio, Charm City Direct TV, CL and Annie at ACS Productions. And I guess we'll
ACS,
holler
they
at y'all
sound like
later,
they
man.
trying to beat somebody's children. Well, they trying to prevent somebody
You
from beating
stupid.
someone's children.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. Steve the Rush. Yo, we out with our boy Fresh.
My nephew told me I'm a king and the crown fitted. You can catch me in $1,000 outfit. I'm so